Only at UWC Robert Bosch College will you take a tough exam in the morning, and by evening, you're celebrating with food from 40 countries. The clubs and traditions here are truly one of a kind.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Hello and welcome to a new episode of the Brief Podcast. Today we have a wonderful guest, Nick, who is going to tell us all about how he got into UWC and what it takes to be here. Nick, thank you very much for being here.
Thank you for having me today.
Of course. So, some of the most unconventional stuff that RBC does. So what would you say is some of the weirdest selection of traditions that RBC?
So we have quite a few traditions at RBC, but it also depends on the community. If you're, for example, Afro-Caribbean community, or if you're Asian, East Asian, whatever community, it depends completely on the community. But what the weirdest thing I would say in the RBC tradition would be is in Mensa, when you drop a plate and it shatters or it doesn't shatter, everybody will start clapping, and that was such a new experience to me. But it's also very fun. So, yeah. And coming back to also having a math exam in the morning, and then in the evening you have like a cultural thing or like a traditional meeting or dinner. I think that's what RBC makes. That's how RBC is shaped. So you don't only have academic, school, CAS, curriculars. You also have the fun part, because sure, you have a math exam in the morning, but also you can enjoy the dinner with your friends in the evening. It's like a whole package. It's not just one-on-one. It's a whole thing. It's a whole experience that you live through. And I think that's what makes RBC so special.
That is very nice. That is very, very nice. Has there been a moment where you were like, oh, only at RBC, only at a UWC would this ever happen?
For sure. Only at the UWC it would happen that you would hear, I don't know, 30 different languages in just, I don't know, 30 minutes. Because as far as I know, there's no other boarding school or international school that has so many different nationalities as a UWC. And it's just super, super nice to just get in contact with everybody else and maybe also try to learn the language or a few phrases. And I think it's just super, super special. Yeah.
That is very nice. So now we're moving to our closing section of our interview here. So let's say when you graduate, what is the one story from RBC that you know you will tell forever?
Probably when we showered a friend. And I think we did it. So showering is when it's your birthday and you turn 18, 17, 19, 20, whatever. And you get showered by your friends.
So we've talked about the application, we talked about the IB, we talked about life at UWC, but it's also the funny stories, the lessons, and the unforgettable moments that we make during our time here, some even involving ketchup. So what is one word to describe the UWC experience up until this point?
Oof, that's a tough one.
No dinosaurs.
No dinosaurs. I don't think there would be one word for it, but if I really had to give it one word, I think I would give it unimaginable.
Incredible. Incredible. Well, thank you so much for sharing your story with us, Nick.
Thank you.
If you're thinking about applying to UWC, you're just curious about what life is here, check out our other episodes where we go deeper into each part of the journey. And as always, don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. Nick, thank you again for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.